We talk a lot about goals, but not enough about standards, right? A goal is something you want to achieve, right? And a standard is what you decide to be acceptable in your life. And that distinction changes everything. Because you don't always live according to what you want, you often live according to what you have been learned to tolerate. Let's repeat that line. You don't always live according to what you want. You often live according to what you have learned to tolerate. Your standards quietly determine what you accept from yourself, the influence what you believe you are capable of, and that shapes the decisions you make when nobody's watching you. And eventually they become your normal. That's why raising your standards can feel uncomfortable. You're not just changing a behavior, you're changing what feels normal to you. At first, the old version of your life may feel easier. Familiarity has a powerful thing to it, and but familiar doesn't necessarily mean fulfilling. Sometimes the life you're dissatisfied with is simply the life you have been accustomed to, and that's a difficult truth to confront. Your standards also determine what you stop negotiating with yourself about. The moment something becomes a standard, it no longer requires constant debate. You don't need to feel motivated to respect a standard you have genuinely adapted. This is why personal growth is often less about adding more to your life and more about deciding what no longer belongs there. The person you become is partly determined by what you refuse to normalize. Your future self will inherit the standards you set today. So don't just only ask yourself what you want, ask yourself what kind of life you're willing to consider normal. Because your standards eventually become your reality, and your reality eventually becomes your identity. Raise the standards of what you accept from yourself, and slowly your entire life has to rise to meet it.